So what we got here is something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. I just haven't got round to it. This is an R34 cradle. Recently purchased an R33 that I'm putting all my Barra stuff in, so come time to look at the rear end. I've blown up a few R200s in the past, even on RB20s. So those of you will probably realise the 6x1 bolt pattern and the physical size of this setup. Probably realise it's an R230. So a complete Z32 rear end here that I sort of unbolted the bits and cut the front mounting point out. The Z32 cradle is physically 80mm larger than a R33 cradle, so it won't bolt in. Can't even make offset bushes for it to make it bolt in. So we're going to an R34 cradle, and there's a little bit of notching to do under the bottom here, but other than that, because I cut the front mount out, I'm looking at just cutting the front of the R32 one, splicing it, and then bracing it and welding it all back in. And then for the back, because the back's not too bad, I don't think you'll machine offset bushes, but I'm just cutting some 5mm plates with the holes offset so I can weld them into the back of the cross member, and hopefully that will get the diff center mounted in the cross member. And then it's just a matter of building some risers so I can get 16mm high here. Because of the physical size of the pumpkin, hopefully it doesn't hit the floor. But I know you can buy gusset kits already, but we're going this far, so pretty sure I'm going to make my own just to get the gussets drawn. All I did was just get some scrap cardboard, got plenty of that stuff around here, and then just drew them, sort of traced them out onto the cardboard and then cut them so you can see sort of fits good. Marked where I thought the center line of the pin was, and then pretty much all it's going to be is move the edges in 3mm, and then I'm going to have a cutout for where the arm's going to be, or the rod end for the arm, and then gusset all the way up to the center of the pin sort of thing, box it right in. This is the big one, so you can see it goes on here and comes all the way up, and then I'll just have a cutout in here, sort of in here, to let the rod end in. Because it's pivoting on there, there isn't much movement on this end for a height sort of thing. It's all on the knuckle end. So yeah, and this one gets welded on the bottom of that one. I think this is the one that I have for the back. What we're going to do is we're pretty much going to cut something like this with a 25mm flange on each end, with both of these holes cut out. And then once it's all folded up like a box, you can trim it up and then weld it in. Then obviously weld it down here and weld it down here, and it'll be flush with the top of this. So then I can still bolt a lock bar, or if I cut a custom plate with RB factory in it or something, so I can put factory toe arms in it and be all good. Recently got a lathe, so I should be able to machine up my own risers, and then hopefully I'll have an R230 and a Barra R33, so I'll never have to worry about diff explosions or axle breakages or anything, because these are technically a sports car, so the axles in them are the same size as GTR, they're just all a bit longer, so you can either run 350Z axles, or you can run 2 passenger side Z32 axles. Personally, I'm thinking about running the full length axles, and then just building longer lower control arms, put the hub out and building longer upper arms, and then hopefully I can do something and improve the grip in the back here a little bit, make it a bit more adjustable. The Barra should put out somewhere around 1000 Nm of torque, so should be good. I just need to get it to the ground and not pay a fortune on big wide tyres. And then if we were to compare the axles, so this is S13, but usually they're the same, just the flange on the end changes, but this is a 3x2 and that's a 6x1, just ignore the spacer on it. You can see that the thickness of the shaft the Z32 is a genuine, 4 to 5 mil thicker in the shaft. And you come look at the end, thickness of the splines. Yeah, I think these are 28 spline and these are 31 spline. So there's more area around the base of the spline, so it's less prone to twisting off in the bottom. Yeah, so you can see that it's potentially 25 mil longer in length. The nut's the same diameter, so it still steps out for the nut, but all the loads pass through the spline, and then this nice big fillet and this big surface area. Whereas this is just a small surface area with a pressed on washer. This is all one piece steel. And then the design inside's different again. So this has a bearing that runs in these tubes, and this is pretty much like a 33 one with like 6 or 7 bearings in it in the race. Be good to put some big axles in it. Usually the failure when you start putting horsepower in RBs is in the axle, and then once you fix the axle problem, then it's in the diff. So hopefully kill 2 birds with 1 stone with that. I don't have a R200 on me to compare it to, but this is an R180 and this is an R230. So physically you can see there's a massive difference. This is like non-turbo Skyline, non-turbo Silvia, CAA Silvia, and then R200s are pretty much SR20 Silvias and most of the Skylines. Only found in Z32s, only come in 3.7s, and then obviously you can get 4.1s, 4.3s, 3.9s, and I think the S15s are 3.7s. But yeah, you can see physically a lot different in size, then a lot longer in length. Because I have to build a tail shaft anyway, I'll just swap the pinion flange over to one with the 4-bolt pattern, whether it's out of an X-Trail or something, I'm not too sure yet, and then I'll get my 1-piece tail shaft made. So the difference in length really isn't a problem at the moment, but then the physical size of it, you can see there's a big massive size difference, and they're both sitting on the same driveway. So you can see from the base to the center of the axle is different, and then center to the top of the pumpkin is different, and then the sheer difference in overall width between flange to flange of the axle stubs compared to the 180 is physically different again. So 230 millimeters or 23 centimeters converts to 9.05 inches, so it should theoretically be able to punch out something similar to a 9-inch, so you should be able to put at least 900 horsepower through it with 0 failures and probably over 1,000 Newton meters of torque, which, we're starting to talk barra territory numbers. We don't have the weight in a Skyline that you would have in a Falcon, so it would be a bit easier on the diff in a Skyline. If we can troubleshoot it now and get rid of it, then it's all good. In the next video we'll brace up the cross member, cut it up, swap the bits over, plate it up, weld it all out, and then hopefully start making the risers, and then we'll fit it to the car and hopefully all goes sweet. Thanks for watching.